see people encounter is fear of failure. Right? That kind of hurts us all. And why we're afraid to fail, I'm not quite sure, but we all do it, me included. I can be up here and I can teach, and then I can go and do my own thing, and I can play golf and I can shank the ball into the woods and say, what the heck? And then I have to remind myself, now just step back, come back, and just start feeling things. Don't start, doing the number one, number two on the shoulder bend. But we all have a fear of failure, and we shouldn't, because not everybody's going to exceed 100% of the time at everything that we do. And a lot of times we learn from our failures. If we do something and it doesn't quite work, then we need to look at that thing that we failed at and say, how much of it was right? Maybe 90% of that was right, and there was only 10% that was wrong. And that's the part we have to zero in on, rather than saying, oh, I can't do anything right. Maybe you did 50% right, or maybe you did 90% of it wrong, but you did 10% of it right. So that we have to go back to there, that 10% you did right, and then start building back on that. And maybe you may say, I missed that jump, and you're blaming it all on missing the jump, but maybe the thing that you did wrong was way, way, way back over there before you got to the turn, and it threw everything off, so you didn't even have a chance to make that jump. There was no way you could have made it based on something that happened back there. And if that keeps happening to you, then you have to work with your coach on how do I do error corrections between there and here if I know I made a mistake there, which is another skill set. But we have to, as athletes, sort of get used to not being super, super hard on ourselves in our judging. Where, some people are lucky enough to go to the Olympics. Some people are fortunate enough to be on a provincial team. Some people are fortunate enough to make sport their career. But for probably 90% or more of the people who play a sport, we're just doing it because it's fun. It's an enjoyable experience for us, and we want to have a good time at it. But we also want to be the best we can be at it. But we judge ourselves as if we're life and death. I made a mistake, and it's the worst thing in the world, and we berate ourselves, and sometimes I see coaches berate athletes and things like that, and it doesn't work, okay? So first of all, remember, it has to be fun, okay? If it's not fun, no wonder you're afraid of failure, because failure would be a judgment against you, all right? So if you didn't make a jump, well, you're keeping a log and you're trying to do more good jumps the next time than you did this time. So that's your challenge. So you make your challenge fun. So, if I didn't have a clean round and I knocked over half the fences, well, okay, the next time I'm going to try to knock over less than half them. And then the next time, less. Until finally I get to a clean round. But I shouldn't really expect, if I'm a, intermediate, beginner, intermediate rider, to have perfect rounds every single time. I mean, that doesn't even happen to our Olympic riders, having perfect rounds every single time. Yet we tend to want to beat ourselves up. So no wonder we're afraid of failing, okay? So we have to get over that, all right? So fear of failure, we have to look, instead of fear of failure, enjoyment of success. We got to flip it. And let's enjoy the process. Let's enjoy the success. Let's celebrate the things that we did right and look at the things that need to be improved instead of failures. We say we need to be improving things. So sometimes it's how we look at it. Sometimes people don't want to succeed for odd reasons. I'll give you a couple